Hello, welcome back to another T5 tutorial. This one's a pretty big one. So, I'm going to show you how you can not only get all the missing weapons that are, in T5. So, for an example, if I go to raw weapons, and we go to SP and we look for something like wave gun, microwave, nope, we don't have that, or we have black hole, we don't even have that. How about doll? Do we have dolls? Nope. How about shrink ray? Do we have the shrink ray? No. But let me tell you something, we can get those. We could also, as a side effect, when I was learning how to use open asset tools to get that, you can fix a lot of bugs, like, or not bugs, but you can quickly, like I'm saying within less than 1 minute, just fill in sound aliases for, Nikolai, Takio, in the base 4. And so as long as you're using, vanilla assets like I am, if you're using tons of other custom shit like player lines, or not player, different actors other than these 4 characters, you might run into some issues. You might want to do the sound aliases manually for the weapons. But if you're just sticking to, vanilla game content, this will massively help you. So let me show you what I mean. So the first things first, let's go over some perk machine stuff. So as a consequence of getting these weapons, I learned that you can get better perk materials. So you can see they don't look that flashy. We're gonna go over here to God, my map is kind of a pain to navigate sometimes. See, PhD looks pretty decent. Uh, there's my PhD is a little buggy. It doesn't have the right perk bottle texture and all that stuff. This will fix like most of the bugs. You can see here, pretty empty machine, but looks alright. And this machine looks fine too, thankfully. So nothing missing. Not too much of a shine on that glass right there, but gets the job done. So how do we do this? How can we improve that? Give ourselves something like the microwave gun. As you can see, we don't have no microwave gun. We just have M1911. We don't have the weapon defs. We have some shit-ass materials that the mod tools give you. How do we get the juice? Also, let me show you what I mean also for the sounds. If I buy Deadshot, you can see we get no voice line. Character is just completely fucking silent. We buy PhD, nothing. You can see though, we don't even have the sounds for the explosion, and just some general weirdness. So, how do we do this? So, first of all, I'm going to have to teach you how to install Open Asset Tools. So, just search up Open Asset Tools. You're going to go to this friendly GitHub. Holy shit, GitHub is down. Well, yes. So, you're going to go to the main thing. Go to Releases here. And you're going to grab either your Windows or Linux, yada yada yada. You're going to open it. You're going to drag the linker and unlinker image convert to the root of your folder. That's all you need to do. So next, what you will want to do is you're going to want to create, we're going to delete this here real quick. And we're also going to delete this. So you're going to not have, I don't believe you will have a zone raw folder. So you're going to simply create a folder called, we're going to just improve the materials here. We're going to show you how to do it right now. You're going to create a new folder called zone raw. So this will be the open asset tool stuff. And before we start and make our first project, we should understand how OpenAssetTool is going to fit into our mod. So as you can see, we have zombie, our fast files made by the linkermod T5 linker. So this has nothing with OpenAssetTool in it yet. And the general rule that we're going to do is OpenAssetTool will not touch our linkermod fast files. So how will we add our OpenAsset fast file to our mod once we generate it? And it turns out that linkermod and plutonium can load up to, I believe, 8 mod FFs. So you get mod 1 FF, and it goes up in order. So you can't do mod and mod 2 FF. Mod 2 FF won't load unless mod 1 FF is present. So you have to have mod 1 FF, mod 2 FF, and so on and so forth. So the idea here is that any fast file after mod.ff will be what I will call the support FF. And you will see right now we're going to zone out these perks, and we're going to improve them. I'm going to show you how to do that with OpenAssetTools. So now let's take a look one more time. You'll be able to tell right away just how much of a game changer this is. And you'll even notice that there's some voice lines too. We'll even get the voice lines there. So as you can see, not too bad. We get it pretty good. So now we're going to build the fast files. So we're gonna de-include them. So since we're not using the assets from our mod tools, we're going to use them from Moon, because I think Moon has the best looking perk models and materials. So we're gonna yada yada yada, and I'm gonna show you how to just take Moon's DLC perks, weapons, all that fun shit, and it'll make your map a lot better. We're also gonna steal its sounds and the pre-set up sounds, so that sound aliases, all that good shit. That way you don't have to go and touch a whole bunch of complicated baloney. So first things first, we're going to go and look for Moon and grab our little Moon map right here. Go back a folder, paste it here. You could do this in a much more clean way, but just for simplicity's sake, we're going to also go get Moon, so the voice lines, or the English shit. So there we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to select both of these. And the English version is optional. You do want to be careful when using English, because you can have certain incompatibilities. Like, I know that the Gersh uses Monkey Bomb voice lines, and so if you use like Temples or Shangri-La's English sound bank, but you use a Gersh device, you'll have bugs with that. So you'll kind of get a feel for it. It'll take a little bit of experimentation, but this, you'll see, it is crazy just how fast you can improve your stuff. I do recommend Notepad++ for this to make your life a lot easier. And I'll be telling you the nice keybinds too that I use. So first things first, we want to find unlinker. We want to drag our fast files onto the unlinker. It's going to create a new folder called zone dump. So after you create your zone raw, you'll see we have zone dump here. And now you're going to go into zone raw, and you'll see in we have Moon and Zombie Moon. So if you've used OpenAssetTool before, you've probably seen, a couple things like, the fast files and all that, but you've seen maybe this file here. This is the juice. So we're going to start a new project. We're going to call it Zone. Actually, we're going to call it Ultimus Bunker Zone. So this is going to be my Ultimus Bunkers map fast file, right? And we're going to create a new text file, which is really hard to do in Windows 11, unfortunately. So we're going to copy this CSV here. rename it to Ultimus Bunker Zone, and yep, bunkerzone.csv. We're going to edit it, delete it, and it will have it should have a header like this. So you will see when we open up Moon, this zone file, you'll see that it has all the assets of just like how it shows here. Make sure you do change mod your name to be mod1. I do recommend having all your you know, all the fast file assets you want here, and you can load multiple fast files to do this, and I'll be showing how to do that later. So now we need to choose what we want from Moon. So imagine as we're going shopping. So let's get those perk machines. So we need perk. We're gonna, with this here, we're gonna type perk, find all, and document, and you'll see, well, yeah, we have a lot of stuff here. Perk. So we're gonna copy that, and then we're gonna put that in our open asset fast file. So now remember, this is anything in zone raw is for our open asset linker. So we are now going to take that, and how I did this here, selected all that to make my life easier, is you hold Control Alt and then you just hold left clicked, and you can make this kind of cursor thing here, you know, delete that, save that. So now we have that, but I also know that we don't have any of the vending. So we're gonna get rid of that search here, and now we're gonna search vending, find all, and document. So now you can see we have a lot of shit related to the vending machines, all the X models and images. And what's really nice about this is that you won't actually need to pack your IWD with images and shit, because it'll use it right from the base game, which is an extra W. So just more victories with Open Asset Tool here, and not needing to pack. But so that might not be the case for everyone, because in this case I do still pack the vending machine materials and images, but it should be using the images and materials, you know, from the vanilla game. So I'm not sure what's going up with that, because when I do something like the wave gun, when we get the wave gun here, we don't have any images, XAnims, or anything for it. But we'll do that in a second. So now we want the sound. So let's grab the sound for the vending machine, just in case there's any. And then we want to now open up the English sounds. So we want to grab those, not the localized, yep, sound bank right there. And now you'll see how we can load multiple fast files here. Now we need to create our project. So remember, this here is all the T5 linker. We never want to dump these fast files and touch them the same way we are touching these fast files. So we're going to open up a command prompt. And now you're going to type linker.exe -- load. So we're going to load the zone of zombie moon .ff. And now if I try to type Ultimus Bunker Zone, well, I have made an error. So what do we do here? Where did I put my zone raw? I have no idea where I put it. So you can see it cannot find the definition of that. So while I scramble here. Oh, yeah, okay. So when you go in your zone raw, go here. You're gonna need a zone source, and then you just move that into there. And then I believe this would be dot zone. So here's your zone file. Yep. Now you're going to build, and now you're going to see we're missing a file. So that's because we're using assets from two fast files. So how do we do that? Well, you simply just do load, and we do ./en zombie moon.ff. And then, as you can see, it has created mod 1, and you will get this folder called zone dump. Or zone out, my bad. So now it's called mod 1. And we can go back to our Ultimus bunker here. And before we go in, if we put this here, let's launch the map. We disincluded the perk machines. So now there should be no perk machines on the map. Wow. Seems like things might have took a turn for the worst. Ah, well, that's why. I just said fuck everything. So now, let's rebuild our fast file here. That was a awfully long fast file build. And now we should be in the map. Ideally, we won't see our old perk machines. Well, we do. So we see this crusty old X model here. So even though we have now disincluded them, they still remain. Now, let me see something. What happens if I buy it? Interesting. It should not even be. Shouldn't even be in here. We're not even including it. Let's try a more direct approach here. So, what if we just yeet this out and build our little fast files here? And we'll obviously put this back. And we shouldn't have a perk machine. Now, if we still have a perk machine, not the biggest worry. You can't get rid of them. Don't worry. It's not the end of the world. This game can be a little tacky. So yeah, you can see that this machine is persistent. It might be getting zoned in because it's placed in the map. And I don't even know how the weapons are getting in here. There's something going on here, so maybe if someone else knows, I mean, hey, that'd be good to know. Since the weapon def shouldn't even be in the fast file, but I could try ignoring those. Oh yeah, look at that. There you go. There's some that broke. See, completely gone. So this is how it should ideally be. Now, let's go at our fast file that we generated with OAT. So it's mod1.ff. We put it in, And this is now our support FF. And remember, support FFs will just say look like this for T5. And then now if we run our map, we should now see a massive change in the way that the perk machines look and even get voice lines. So now looking at the perk machines, you can see immediately how it looks. This looks much better. We can go look at PhD. You can see now there's that specular shine in glass. So these are the models from Moon, and you can see it took us no time. It was really that fast. And you can see just how gorgeous these are. But not only that, we took the sounds, and you saw without even taking a single line of voice alias, shenanigan fuckery. Let's go hear some voice lines. Also, look how nice this looks. Now, we are missing some assets, as you can see. And what that means is that we need more shit from the Moon fast file. So, wow, we're missing the shaders. So now, if we turn off God, you could see it works much better. Oh, look at that, dive to nuke vision. So, what we would do to refine this is now we know what's wrong. We can go to Moon. We could type shader. Actually, there's a material. Well, now that we actually have the missing assets, we can also see what's missing too. It's actually pretty useless, I'm not gonna lie. This though is, we do need that. So we can actually search for this. So we can copy this and just wherever did it go? So we're gonna go to our raw, and we need the raw file for the vision. Missing. We have the material. We're missing something. So maybe a shader. We are pre-caching the shader. So is there a shader? Nope. So it's a material. We can interestingly go look and see what that material is called. We're trying to pre-cache it. I guess not. So, everything you do need is in these zone files. It's in the, the Moon fast file. So it is just a simple case of finding it. So you can do something like find all, and we can look through all the materials and we can see what material it is. It's got to be one of these. You can see here, all these are available for you to take and use. Well, anything with the MC for the most part. And these with the WC, you cannot use yet. I'm investigating. There's a lot of experimentation. It's got to be like a So in this case, what I would do is I would go and look for go into your maps and then just do like dive or PhD, nope, perk. You can go here and you can just look at the pre-cache shader. There we go. So we can type, there we go. Okay, so what we need to do is we actually need to type specialty. Oh, look at that. So if we go here now, so just giving you an idea of just how you would solve some of this. Now if we save and we rebuild with our linker mod, or not linker mod, our open asset tool linker by doing zone extending. So pretty much that's all you'll ever use open asset tool for is zone extending, taking shit from other fast files and building it into this, what I'm calling a support fast file. You know, some people might not like the term. I'm terming it that. Get used to it. So here's that. Now we're going to go to our mods here. We're going to replace it. And now if we boot into the game, now we should see fully working perks. And after that, I will show you my main, all my main stuff and everything I'll be also giving. So you can just start using assets as you need. So these will now play their jingles. We now have voice lines from Moon. So now anything that happens with Moon or anything you hear on that map will be here. You can see PhD looks way better, much more gorgeous. We have the right perk bottle. Now we have the vision. Now we have everything, fully working perks. If I go by another one I know that changes between base assets from the mod tools, and this is, look at how much better this looks. Also, listen to... Yep. So now we have both a Doris and Moon voice lines intermixed together. And all with pretty low effort work there on our part. So only using, you know, files that came with the game. You can also do this with people's mods, so take that as you will. The cat's out the bag there. I kind of tested it with Parrish, and I was able to get the AA-12 from Parrish. So if you see a weapon that someone likes, just please ask them if you can just rip it from their map. You know, don't go and rip people's shit and then act like you made it and all and stuff. At least give credit at the bare minimum or something. Anyways, you do see here, this is everything for, you know, the perk machine here. Obviously, you won't be needing it because I will be, it'll be in the files I'll be releasing with it. Now, if I can find the files, we can restore, and I could show you some more of what you can do with Open Asset Tool. I guess for now, I can show you how to add, say, the wave gun. So let's get into adding the wave gun. So simply all we're going to do is now that we have the sounds for the wave gun. I know that in the fast file, it's called microwave. So if I find all, you can see we have all these files. Yep. Microwave. So we're going to copy all that. Go to our thing here. And this should just be the microwave gun right here, everything here. Hopefully. In theory. Maybe. I do know we need a Tesla. There is some more to this. So Tesla, find all in current document. Yep. So we need Tesla death. So we're going to put that crawler. Yeah. Actually, we won't need that. I think we'll be fine because we already have the Wonderwaff in the map. So let's build the mod. And now, if we go back here, we should now have not the wave gun yet. So to enable the wave gun here, you can see I have it commented out. Just because so we're going to set this to microwave gun. And we will be able to test our map out. So we're going to do, we have to set the dvar here. Make sure that there is no additional, what's it called, assets needed for this. So I want to search for Ray. Yeah, look at that. There's some more stuff here. I think we just need this. So we're going to go here. So these are going to be, they call it the ray gun. Some weird name, the wave gun. So I just know from experience. We're going to rebuild that one more time. Now we can go to zone out, grab that, put that here. And then we want to, I'm going to force the box. That way it includes the wave gun. And now we should have the wave gun from mod 1 FF. So we'll see if we did it correctly. And look at that. Now, hopefully, I think we actually did get the technique set. So if I do this, well, it's not working, but you can see that the weapon's here, fully working as it's intended. You know, the scripts are not loaded. That's why it's not, working as normal. To get the scripts working, I guess I'll give you a little rundown here for anyone that's looking. You can see we will need this init script. So we just put this BAM, and then here we need the microwave gun. We go here, BAM. You can see I have everything pretty much working. You can get any of these weapons to work, and I'm going to again release the zone files, so you can just pick and choose what you want. I kind of went through the trouble of going through some of these assets already. Now we're going to load back in, and now when we give the microwave gun, it should be working as expected. So now, if we zap a zombie, see it's working, and the weapons custom technique sets should work. Oh wow, interesting. So you can see the floating isn't working. That means we are missing the technique set. Tech. Yeah, you can see we're missing technique set. So I wouldn't worry about that. I will be releasing the custom, bloaters. In my map, they'll flow up and bloat. Should actually test to make sure. So if we go to moon tech, type bloat, find all in current document. we're going to just copy everything for the bloat. Go to bunker. Now you would want to go through these more carefully to make sure you're grabbing what you need, but I need most of these things here. If I now build, you can see we can indeed take the DLC shaders. As you know, Treyarch definitely didn't release this tech set for the wave gun to make them expand and blow up. But now you can see it'll work for these. Only MC technique sets seem to be working, and you can get them working. But for the world like that use on your map, I don't know why those technique sets aren't working, but it's being looked into. But now you should see, yeah, he becomes a little puffy boy. And we do have, you know, fully one-to-one wave guns. No weapon def, you can never modify the weapons themselves, but they're at least the exact ones that came from Moon. So that means they won't be jank, and they'll be very fun for your players to use. So no eyeballed stats, perfection, as I like to say. This is really good for the scavenger. So now if I can, if you give me a second, I can hopefully find my original zone stuff. For some reason, I'm just so messy with my shit. If I know, go to zone raw. We didn't put that in here. No, we didn't. Okay, so we go to zone raw. We're just gonna delete the old zone raw because that's no longer useful. This was just as an example and showing you the general process here. Now, if you give me a second. I must have put it somewhere here. Not really sure where I just put all of those important files. It's not really ideal to be throwing them around like this. Here we go. So we're going to put this back here. And now I will be giving out pretty much everything in here. The thing I'm going to call this whole folder T5 Oat Slicer. Funny name. So, as you can see here, we have shrink ray. A good way to tell what fast file you will need is by looking at the sound bank. So you can see I commented it out because I don't need the sound bank. I'm not using this, or, you know, ideally you don't want to do one-to-one. So like if I want this shrink ray, I'm going to copy everything. You do want to take good care in thinking about your sound banks. So let me show you now my map and how I structured my map's zone file. So you can see, now let me just quickly rebuild this here. If I try to rebuild my zone here, type zone ultimes bunker, since I use some moon assets, you'll see that I'm missing a whole bunch of shit. And I'll show you how you can build this for an example. You can see all the assets for the microwave gun. I kind of try to organize it. Here's the nesting doll. Here's the Gersh device. I'll probably add some comments, or you can figure it out. Here's the quantum bomb, or the QED. A whole bunch of images for those perk machines. So, yep. We'll actually go through it here and we'll comment it out. We'll do microwave gun, and then down here, dolls. And then we have here the QED device. We also missed black hole grenade. So make this a little clearer. You'll see this in the file. We now have quantum bomb. And then right here, enhanced DLC perk materials. So I highly recommend this one. There's definitely more experimenting you can do to figure it out. I highly recommend experimenting. And then, oh, here we have the scavenger. And then down here, these are for the Ascension zombies. I took these because I was missing some materials for them. If you're missing materials or you can't find them in your fast files, but you see them in game, you can get them. Simple as that. We can see here I even have the sickle. So sickle. Remember, WC materials do not work, or world materials. I wish I could. And now you can see here, here's the sound banks. So every sound bank here you see is every fast file you'll pretty much need to load. We also have the thunder gun, and you might be wondering, why are you using the thunder gun from Ascension instead of the one that came with the mod tools? And well, it's because it has the fixed weapon deaths, and I think it might even have improved materials. If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. If I go back to here now we have all this disincluded. We now remember how I said all that. If we now rebuild this here, we need to load. So now we need to get what's it calling? Excuse me. We need coast. So we need pretty much all the DLC stuff. So I believe coast, Cosmodrome. We have moon. Oh, I guess we do. Yeah, we do need temple. I guess we do use something from here. So we're going to paste that here. So let me find out what we're even using. So if I do load zombie coast, then we do zombie ultimus, or we do zone ultimus bunker. Ah, we're missing something else. Zombie underscore cosmodrome.ff. So we're adding another fast file here. And then we're missing sound bank of temple. Oh yeah, that's right. That's because I have the napalm zombies. So if you have I add the sound banks to fix some zombie sounds. So we're gonna do load. And now you can see here, after loading a billion fast files, we are able to build my mod here for my main map. So I'll be handing this out as a reference. This is what I use on my server. So we go to zone out. Now you can see we have this mod FF. So we put the supporting mod FF with all the better materials and junk here. And now when we load up, we will have all the weapons and stuff that I use on my map. So we probably should enable that real quick. So let me get rid of this. And then I can get rid of this here. Then down here in my little whole bunch of baloney. Can enable this now finally, and then I can now enable all those weapons that you will see here. So we have pretty much everything. There's even a VR11 that you'll be able to use. So now I'll need to rebuild this, show you that everything is nice and working, and it looks good, and then I guess that's pretty much it. If there's any more questions, can feel free to ask me. Sorry for it being a lengthy video. Pretty tired, and a lot has happened. I'm learning quite a bit. Still doing single player tools, so if you want to help out with some Radiant maps and help build a single player level so I can get this the tools out, I ideally want to have like 3 little reference levels for the single player assets and all that shit. So now you can see we now have our Gershes that I gave myself. It's working like normal. We don't have any of the assets. You might have to do some custom handling for the Gersh to make it work. Oh, you could also hear that the voice lines do work. So you can see since we loaded Coast, this is from the Coast fast file. And it's exactly the way you would want it, you know? Perfect scavenger. Now, using these in the in your maps will be a whole nother challenge, you know. There's I recommend you know, obviously learning how to do that, you know, reading, like, for example, Coast or Cosmodrome or wherever they come from, learning how they officially put them in the map. Because some of these weapons are a little bit of a pain in the ass to implement. But, like, as you can see, everything is here and nothing is missing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Next up, I'll be doing custom dead ops and all that fun stuff. So yeah, again, if anyone wants to help out the single player stuff, that'd be cool. If not, thank you for checking out, and hopefully you will be using Open Asset Tool to now build support fast files. Use those. You should definitely use those perk materials for the perk machines, and definitely be using voice lines and have the jingles. There's no reason why you should have no jingles or anything now, and there's no reason for jank ports of the wave gun and stuff. There should be purely that, and you know, all that good fun stuff. If there's any questions or any confusions on how to use Open Asset Tool, or if you find out something pretty groundbreaking, please put it down in the comments, because I would love to hear it. Next up, if you would like to learn about portals, you can see here, this is good for optimizing your map. I can do a little portal tutorial. You can see here's another thing I got with the Open Asset Tool, the sickle. So if you really love the sickle, you know, sickle gang, you don't need the Bowie knife. Portals are really good for optimization, by the way. You should be showing portals and doing portaling, because you want to make sure that when you do R lock PVS1, you can see when I look up behind me now, it's all empty, and this is all being cut and optimized. Yeah, there's some really bad World at War maps. If you want a video on that, I can do that. And of course, leave a like, and hope to see you next time. Peace out.